What a game, and maybe a overtime we deserve based on how we wanted to see these teams play. But, Ryan, you saw what happened over the last several minutes. What do you think?
Well, one, there was a first down pass to Michael Thomas that goes incomplete for the Saints before the third down play, which was clearly a pass interference, and it didn't allow time to run off the clock once it was incomplete. And then you have a wide open man going down the sideline. Roby Coleman just blasted him before the ball can get there, and there was no call. Sean Payton clearly upset, as he should have been. But you look at what the Rams were able to do. You weather the storm early. It's New Orleans. It's a late start, and you know how we get down in New Orleans, Mike. So, you know, the fans were rocking. And they even talked about it during the telecast, that they were just saying how Sean Payton wanted a full game, and McVay said you couldn't maintain it. But that crowd did. But to see Jared Goff come up huge in overtime with 2 throws under pressure to allow them to get in the field goal range, and Sean McVay's intestinal fortitude to say, you know what, we're going to trot out Zerline from 57, and we believe he can make it right down the middle. That's the way you want to see championships won in the NFL.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You got to give Sean, you got to give him a ton of credit. Listen, the fake punt early changed the dynamic of the game, right? Similar to what the Saints did the week before, right? And listen, run it to perfection. I mean, a fantastic play, those type of calls, and then the 57-yarder. I mean, listen, you're talking about a DB, Sam Shields, who runs a perfect hitch route. Drives him off, turns around, Hecker puts the ball right there. I mean, the design and the guts to call that 4th and 5 on your own side. And listen, if you don't get it, the Saints already have a ton of momentum going. They score another touchdown. It's probably the game, in all honesty.
Here's the crazy thing. You think about putting game plans together, right? And if you're Coach Fossil, the special teams coach for the Los Angeles Rams, the thing you remember about Sam Shields is he was a wide receiver at the University of Miami, right? So he was a guy who understands that, a guy that can run routes, read leverage, and this is a great play. But anytime you play the Rams, you have to be ready for that, and that's a huge call there by that
drove
team.
him off perfectly. You know what I mean? Drove him off.
It was beautiful.
And here's the other thing: 57 yards. RC and I are in the back, and I'm like,
no way,
57 yards. I'm punting them deep. I mean, 57 yards. You better know it, because if you don't make it, it's too short of a field. It's ball game, right? And they still get the timeout. Everybody's got time. McVay's like, nah, man.
And you know
it's money. We're going to kick this thing.
What's crazy about that is you usually see these very tenured coaches, right? These coaches who already have Super Bowl rings, who know that no matter what happens, we're not going to question what they do. And this is Sean McVay, year 2 head coach, and he goes for this play.
Take me inside more of McVay here. They have a terrible first quarter, 0 first downs, 15 total yards from a team that was lighting it up at will most of the season. When you go into a hostile environment, everything you know to work is not working. Everything's going against you before that fake punt. How do you recalibrate?
Well, I think you have to believe in what you do, right? And you can ask Jeff about this. When you put the work in, if I was studying Monday through Saturday, I was ready to go. I knew going into the game what I felt would work, right? I knew what adjustments to make. And that's exactly the way Sean McVay went into this. He knew it would be tough. He knew it would be some hard sledding early, but he stuck to his plan. He stuck to his gun, stuck to the plays that he thought would be the best for this team, and he ran them. And he kept continuing to do it. And even without Todd Gurley, he found ways to put points on the board. But I also got to give a lot of credit to this defense, man.
Amen.
This was a much maligned defense. We remember what Marcus Peters said, you feel me, big bowl of gumbo. Right? We're going to get us a little bowl of gumbo. And right now, he get to go on Bourbon Street and get that gumbo.
Give this defense a ton of credit, man. Listen, they had 2 big swings early. They held them to a field goal in the first drive. Then they end up giving the turnover off of Gurley's hands. They hold them to a field goal again. You ask, how do teams stay in it? When you weather that storm, as opposed to being down 14, you're down 6. You know the game can come back in 1 possession. Just the confidence that you build in moments like that. Your star players showing up in big moments. And Ndamukong Suh last week and this week, and Aaron Donald, MVP. I don't care, but he does more with 2 and 3 guys trying to block him. This dude shows up, and when it mattered most, look how many plays. I guarantee you look back at this tape, 7 or 8 plays, he beats dudes clean. That does not happen in the NFL. Give this dude a ton of credit.
I'll say this about, you talked about how you stay the course after starting like that. This is what I always thought. In Pittsburgh, defense was always good. We were usually number 1 defense, at least top 5. If we would go into a first half and not play well, that was okay with us, because we were so used to getting it right. We were so used to playing well that it wasn't hard to talk ourselves into we could fix it.
That's
right. And so you look at this game, and the defense is playing well. And what Sean McVay is telling this team is, look, guys, the defense is balling.
That's right.
This is the side of the ball we had problems with.
Right.
We can score points. We scored 35 on this team in this building. We'll score points, but with the way the defense is playing, that's why we're going to win. And Jeff knows it when he's playing with Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James. If they stumbled a little bit early, but Brackett's balling, and we're Freeney's ball on the outside, and Mathis, him and Peyton, they're talking to each other like, hey, man, look, this game's still tight. We're going to get it going.
We're going to figure it out.
Same thing.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you hear the term all the time. Defense wins championships. Moments like this, you see why defensive players matter so much and why defense matters so much. That swing, I'm telling you, you come out of the first 3 drives, and you're like, man, we only got 6 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a turnover.
I'm telling you, man.
That turnover held them to 3.
You're thinking, man, we had everything going for us. When they go back and look at this film, the ones that'll get you, it's not late in the game. It's not going to be the interception. That's all tough. That happens in games. When you get stuffed down in the red zone and 2 early possessions, you begin to doubt, and it showed up.
You think about, they started a drive in the Rams' territory late in this game.
In the fourth quarter. Absolutely, when they hold them again.
Yeah, with an opportunity to score. You hold them, push them back on the other side of the ball, and now you give your offense a chance to score, and they drive it down a long field. That's a huge momentum swing.